How's it going? Dave here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to take this boring chord progression and turn it into this awesome riff. So let's get straight into the video. First step is to write a very basic chord progression, and of course that first idea I showed you was the very basic chord progression. I've done a 1, 6, 4, 5 in the key of E major. So E, C sharp minor, A, and B, and then back to E again. So after I created that very basic chord progression, I decided to choose some voicings for these chords. So let's jump into that now. The first chord, E major, I decided to play an E major 7 chord. I played this voicing. It's 13 on the D and G strings and 12 on the B and E strings. And this is a third inversion major 7 chord. It's a drop 2 voicing. So if you don't know what drop 2 voicings are, you can check out my video I did after you've watched the video. I'll link it in the description for you. So we're playing this chord here. Then for the C sharp minor chord, I chose this voicing. Now, this voicing is a C sharp minor 9 voicing. So we've got the 9th on top there. And what this is if we just take a C sharp minor 7 bar chord, add the 9th on with our little finger, we're just taking the top 4 strings like that. And you can hammer on like that and you get a cool neo-soul kind of sound. Then for the third chord, the A chord, I am using another drop 2 voicing here, and I'm playing an A major 7 with the 3rd in the bass, so this is the first inversion. So we're playing 11 on the D string, we're playing 13 on the G string, we're playing 10 on the B string, and we're playing 12 on the high E string. We get this. And maybe we could bring the low E, the A string out with it. And finally for the B, this is our 5 chord, so it's going to be a dominant 7 chord, but we could turn it into a 9th chord or an 11th chord or a 13th chord even. I've done an 11th chord, so we're going to play a B11, and it looks like this. So we're playing 14 on the A string with our middle finger, we're playing 14 on the G and B strings, and 12 on the high E string. Just like that. So after that step, once we've got voicings for all of our basic chords in our chord progression, then we need to add some passing chords in. So let's take a look at what I did in this chord progression. So from this E major 7 to this C sharp minor 9. What I did is I added this little C diminished 7th chord in. Now let me show you where this C diminished 7th comes from. So if you know about secondary dominance, then you'll know that if we're going to C sharp, then secondary dominant is going to be G sharp, that we're just going to play just before C sharp. If you don't know what secondary dominants are, I'll link another video down in the description so you can understand what they are, but I'm going to assume you know what secondary dominants are for this. So we are playing a G sharp 7, then we're flattening the 9th, we're playing a G sharp 7, flat 9 chord, and what that does is if we take the root away, we get a diminished 7th chord, and that's exactly what we're doing here, playing a C diminished 7th chord. So you could see it as a G sharp 7 flat 9 without a root, and that leads very nicely into the C sharp minor 9. So from the C sharp minor 9 to the A chord, what did I do here? We used another secondary dominant kind of idea. So you can use augmented chords as a secondary dominant, as a 5 chord leading into your 1. So from E augmented into A. Now what I was actually playing was a C augmented here, which is also exactly the same notes as an E augmented. So E augmented, C augmented, they're all the same thing. So if I was to play an E augmented here, 2, 1, 1, open on the top 4 strings, bring that up a major 3rd, I get this G sharp augmented, and it's all the same notes as the E augmented. And again, if I bring it up another major 3rd, I get this C augmented, which is the same notes as this E augmented chord. So even though I'm playing a C augmented, I'm actually really playing an E augmented to lead back into the A quite nicely. So from C sharp to C augmented or E augmented to A major 7. Now from the A major to the B major, I didn't add any passing chords because I didn't think it was necessary. I think it would have added a bit too much because you can overplay things, so I decided not to do that and head straight to the B11 chord. But between the B11 and going back to the E major 7, I did add another couple of chords, and basically what I did is after playing the B11, I decided to alter that B chord and play a B7 flat 9 and then a B7 sharp 9. So the B7 flat 9 is 14 on the A, 13 on the D, 14 on the G, 13 on the B, and then all I'm doing to get the sharp 9 chord is put my little finger on the 15th fret of the B string. And it leads very nicely back into the E major 7 chord at the end. So now we've got the passing chords added in to the chord progression, we are going to take the final step, and that's to add some single note lines in there to spice things up a little bit and help things transition a little bit easier and smoother. So let's take a look at what I did. So what I did is I moved from this E major 7 chord, I added my little finger onto the high E string at the 14th fret to add the 9th in. Then what I did when we played the diminished chord, the C diminished 7th chord, I moved my little finger up to the 12th fret there. When I moved to the C sharp minor 9 chord, obviously I hammered on that 11th fret. And then I just did a chromatic run downwards. So I went 11, 10, 9. And that's a really cool thing you can do on your 6th chord. So definitely try that out. And then I just kind of descended the pentatonic scale. So 12th on the B string and then 9th on the B string as well. And then for that augmented chord, I didn't really actually play an augmented chord. I kind of just arpeggiated it. So I was playing 10 on the D string, 9 on the G string, 9 on the B string, then 13 on the B string and 12 on the high E string. You may have noticed we're just stacking major thirds there. So after that augmented chord, I played this major 7 chord and I just played it like that in single notes and then just ran up the E major scale after that. 12, 14, 16, 17, and then played the B, 11, and then the B7 flat 9, B7 sharp 9. So there wasn't a lot of melody right at the end there. So that was how I came up with this idea. Would you like to see more of these videos where I come up with cool little riffs and I demonstrate how I came up with them? Let me know in the comments so I know whether to do more. If you enjoyed the video, click like. Again, let me know what you thought in the comments and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. If you want to give back to the channel, I have a Patreon page where you can donate as little as $2 a month to help my channel out. You absolutely don't have to. I'm giving this content out for free because I want to, but you can help me have more time to dedicate to the channel if you donate to the Patreon page. And also I'm giving away the first 2 chapters of my book Chord Charisma for free. Now this is very relevant to this. What those first 2 chapters are going to show you to do is how to create a basic chord progression like I did in the beginning, and then it's going to show you how to add extensions onto those chords like 6th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 13th, and it's going to show you how to spice your chord progressions up, just like what I did in the second step of this video. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely head to the description and check that out. It's free, you've got nothing to lose there. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I will catch you in the next one. Have a good day.